serious all of a sudden. It's not that serious. Not yet, not with us. It's serious when they start, but with us, it's funny. We try. So welcome to the La Jolla Playhouse. My name is Steve McCormick. I'm the Director of Education and Outreach. I am so proud of this program that we have here, this partnership that we have between the Playhouse and Girl Scouts San Diego. This is our 6th year of working together in this program, and the artists that work with the students you're about to see today are so generous of spirit and so generous of their time and their ideas, their talents, and their creativity that we're so happy to share that with you here today. I'd like to introduce Heather. Heather Bryant is from Girl Scouts San Diego, and she's our partner in this program.
I am. I would like to welcome everybody here again, a heartfelt welcome. I know a lot of the parents who have been checking in and checking out with me, and a lot of our patrons here. Thank you very much. This couldn't have been possible without you all, the talent of the girls, La Jolla Playhouse, and of course our artists who bring this, Sophia and Catherine, who make this all possible as well. So I'd like to bring them up and say
My name is Sophia. We are very happy to have you here with us. We've spent the last 3 weeks with the girls devising this play. So this is the first time this play has ever been shown because it's all original work. It's all their work. If you want to learn more about our process, you can see it in the program. Generally speaking, we focused on a form called playback theater, which you'll get to learn a little bit more about. And I will say in advance that this is a somewhat and at times interactive show. So be prepared for us to engage you a bit.
Thank you guys so much for being here. I already noticed a bunch of you guys came onto this stage and looked around. We welcome you to come back after the show, add to our gratitude tree and our wisdom wall and our graffiti wall. Directly after the show, we ask that you remain in your seats because we'll actually have an opportunity to ask the girls some questions in a Q&A. So if anything pops up to you during the show, hold on to it and you can feel free to ask us afterwards. After the show as well, there will be a reception in the Forum Theater Courtyard right over this way. We can direct you there afterwards where there will be some light snacks and refreshments, so please stick around to hang out with us.
And for now, we present for you Peace Begins With Me.
Throughout this performance, we will be sharing some of our stories and perspectives on peace and conflict. And at times, we will ask you to interact with us. We care about your stories and want you to be part of the show too. One way we will ask to interact with you is whenever we sing this phrase, peace begins with me. We want you to repeat it. So let's try it all together. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me.
In order to talk about peace and conflict, we had to go deep within ourselves.
To look back at our own stories. Some of them joyful memories and stories of hope.
Some stories more painful.
But still, we looked back.
We looked within, and we were not alone.
We did it together. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me.
We are all icebergs. The area above the water surface being the open parts of us that are easily depleted by others. But that's not all that's there. Below the water surface lies an even bigger part of us that are discreet and hard to share with others. But it's our true selves and who we are in the heart of ourselves.
I remember my first opening night of my play and the anticipation that came with waiting in the wings.
I remember my mother telling me that nothing would ever make her stop loving me.
I remember telling Noah for the first time that I was demisexual. It made me realize that this is a part of me I can't do anything about. I remember driving with my cousins at night while eating ice cream. I remember one of my uncles telling me that I was destined to do anything amazing.
I remember the day I overcame my fear of making mistakes in front of a crowd. I was in 6th grade and sang Let It Go for the first time. I made so many mistakes, but yet it gave me the feeling that I am able to do anything.
I remember my mother's shushing voice and comforting hands running through my hair as we talked about everything and nothing.
I remember loss and tears. I remember funerals and black cloth and an out-of-tune piano filling the church with hymns about hope that is difficult to feel. And I remember boys will be boys being a legitimate excuse, and because he's a boy being a valid reason. I remember various relatives and the belief that girlhood was synonymous with restricting responsibility and boyhood with undeserved freedom.
Conflict makes this crazy world go round.
Shortcomings are not exclusive of our basic goodness, and instead of letting them divide us, we should use them to help us empathize and celebrate each other.
People become the problem when they think that diversity is the problem. Last up, everybody off.
Is it easier to forgive or forget? One leaves you with a clenched fist but avoids troubling confrontation. The other opens your hand and allows you to shake hands and move on.
Hello everyone, my name is Nora, and I will be hosting the first playback theater story sharing. Playback theater is a kind of theater that allows us to be part of one person's story, to empathize with and embrace in one person's story. And in doing this, we sometimes find we relate to each other's stories. Our stories will be about hope, joy, conflict, and finding peace in the midst of conflict. This is our first acting ensemble. We will start off with sharing some of our own stories, then ask you to share some of yours. This is Lena. Please welcome Lena to the stage. Lena will be telling us a story about the time she witnessed a conflict.
So last December, me and my family decided to take a trip to New York. Bitter, freezing cold New York. And there we decided it was a good idea to visit the 9/11 memorial, just because that was kind of a sore spot in history. So when we arrived there, at a distance I could see a white American family, and they were just observing the memorial like us, and we were all just kind of reading the names of the people who lost their lives and looking at the waterfall. And behind that family, I saw like a Muslim American family, and they were trying to scurry in to an open spot so they could also view the memorial. But in that moment, the white American family blocked their way, and I just remember feeling so terrible. And that was the time that I witnessed a conflict.
Lena's story. New York City. It's so cold. Oh, and it's so loud. But it's the Big Apple, and I can't believe I'm here. And I can't wait to see the 9/11 memorial. Excuse me.
Very difficult because it's a story I've never really told anyone about and that I don't talk about and I try to forget. So to see it happen again was difficult.
Lena's story.
We see you. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your trust. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me.
Hello everyone, my name is Amaya, and I'll be hosting the next Playback Theater story sharing. This will be our next acting ensemble. This is Madison. Let's welcome Madison now. Madison will be sharing a story about when she experienced conflict. My story takes place in
in the first grade, I was a very tomboyish girl who enjoyed playing with bugs, and I guess you could call me a wild child. And because I enjoyed these things, it was hard for me to hang out with the girls at my school because we didn't really have a lot in common. So I hung out with the boys at my school for most of the days until one day they decided to play on the play structure, and when I went to go play with them, they didn't let me join them because I was a girl. And that really hurt me and was the time I experienced the conflict.
Madison's story.
Oh, cool bugs! Oh, no way, a worm? I'm gonna call him Andrew. Andy's going to the house. Oh, hi.
Hi,
I'm Madison.
I'm Janelle.
I'm Chanel.
Hi, what are you guys doing? We were gonna go play with our Barbies. Oh, cool, can I go play with you guys? Sure.
Oh, I have an idea. See, I found this worm. I put him in my pocket. He could be the pet.
Ew, worms are gross.
What's wrong with you? Are you some tomboy or something?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Hi, I'm Madison.
Cool worm.
Oh, thanks. His name is Andrew.
Nice, I love worms.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, I was playing soccer and I fell.
I love soccer. So who are your friends?
Well, I wanted to be friends with the girls, but they didn't really like me, so.
It's okay. These worms are super cool though.
Right? Oh, we should name them.
We should. This
Yeah.
one looks like a Fred.
Oh, yeah, that's totally right.
And then there are beetles too.
Oh, the Beatles could be
We
the
should
girls.
name them all.
Like-
Yeah, that could be the girls then.
Hey, Jack. Hey, CJ. You wanna go play on the play structure?
Yeah, let's go.
You can't come with us. What? Oh, why not? Because you're a girl.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. There's plenty of room up there. No, that's weird, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah. We're all boys.
Come on, guys.
Let's go.
Madison's story. Madison, how was it to see your story played back to you?
It was well interpreted, but it was really sad to see my story played back because it really hurt me at such a young age.
Madison's story.
We hear you, we see you. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your trust. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me.
Now that we've got to share some stories of conflict, we want to hear your stories of joy.
Because light penetrates darkness.
And life may be hard, but life is very beautiful.
So please, take a moment to share with someone next to you a moment in your life when you experienced hope or joy.
And we'll clap our hands to bring your attention back to us.
tell us your story.
Alright, my name is Michaela, and my story is actually of these girls. This is, I believe, the 4th performance that I've been, and every time that I come here, my heart is filled with joy and hope for our future, knowing that these young ladies are here. I know it's cheesy, but it's true, so you guys are my hope and joy. Michaela's story.
I'm so excited for Empowerment Theater this year.
I hear each year it gets better and better. So I'm so excited. And this year the girls worked so hard, so I'm so excited.
Hi, I'm Catherine. I'll be leading the Empowerment Theater this year.
The girls are so excited. This year's theme is diversity. So that's excited. I'm so excited. Can't wait for you to see the show. Come on in.
Now come look at our beautiful gratitude tree and our wisdom walls.
And our people.
Wow.
Yeah, the power poses look great. I've seen them from the very first year.
Great, sit down. We can watch the show.
Michaela's story. Michaela, how was it to see your story played out? Awesome.
More joy. More hope.
Michaela's story.
We hear you. We see you. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your trust. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me.
Now, if there's anyone else in the audience that would like to share a story, we have another ensemble that would love to perform. Please. Yeah. Please introduce yourself and tell your story.
I'm Adrienne. I'm actually an alumni of this experience. I guess there was this one moment this recent year. It was like the most, I don't know, out of all the college acceptances I got, UCSD was the one that like made me feel like super joyful. I got a text message on my phone saying something like my applicant portal was updated, and I was like, oh no. This probably isn't good. So I ran to my desk. I just got home, I ran to my desk and I logged into the computer and I slowly typed in my username and password, I don't know what to do kind of idea. And so I clicked it, and then on the top of the screen it says, you're in and you're and I was like, yes, this is it was out of all the acceptances, I really wanted to go to Irvine, but UCSD's acceptance was oh my gosh, the most terrifying thing in the world. But the most joyful thing. So yeah.
Adrienne's story.
Hello, are you here to apply to UCSD?
Yes.
Come on into my office.
Well, I do have a very strong academic record. Don't mention the B. Don't mention the B. I'm also very interested in acting, so I was always very interested in your program.
What kind of other programs have you done about theater?
I have done Girl Scouts and Cadets. Very long time.
Oh, well, we hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.
Log into Student Portal. You've been updated.
I love the text boys. I also, it was, I don't know, I just felt like very emotional. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm actually in News CST. It was a really good part. I don't know. I loved every moment of it.
Adrian's story.
Besides looking at conflicts that we've seen and experienced, we also looked at conflicts around the world and in our country.
1 in 4 Americans are affected by mental health disorders. Yet only this year have some states made it a requirement to teach about mental health in schools. Many people and children nationally suffer, but we aren't educated on how we can help them. Let's bring awareness to the ignoring of mental health education, because all states should require that they teach their students about mental health and its importance.
According to the Journal of Adolescent Health, 80% of teens in this country, ages 15 through 19, were educated on STDs, HIV and AIDS, and abstinence in a formal setting. Yet only 55% of those boys and 60% of those girls were educated on birth control methods in the same formal settings. And in a national school survey of 2013, it's reported that only 5% of LGBT students had access to positive representations of LGBT-related topics in their health classes. I don't understand why any conversation I have about my body, sexual education, or my reproductive rights is stigmatized. And I'm terrified for the women all over the world who don't even have the chance to have these conversations. We need to stop punishing women for their bodies and start having uncensored conversations with our partners and communities. We can start by destigmatizing these topics, identifying antiquated and inhibiting laws globally, and keeping the hope that one day that all people, especially women, will have been educated on their bodies and their rights.
In 2017, statistics showed that every week in the United States, 136 children and teenagers were being shot. While 111 of them were injured, 25 of them were killed. And a handgun homicide is 9 times more likely to be found justified when the killer is white and the victim is a black male.
May 18th, 2018. Santa Fe High School, 10 killed, 13 injured.
February 14th, 2018. Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, 17 killed, 14 injured.
January 23rd, 2018. Marshall County High School, 2 killed, 18 injured.
September 13th, 2017. Freeman High School, 1 killed, 3 injured.
April 10th, 2017. 1 teacher and 1 student killed, 2 injured.
September 28th, 2016. Townville Elementary School, 2 students and 1 teacher killed.
April 20th, 1999. Columbine High School, 12 students and 1 teacher killed.
Daniel Rorbo,
Kyle Velasquez,
Stephen Cornell,
Cassie Bernal, Isaiah Scholl, Matthew Ketchter,
Lauren Townshend, John Tomlin,
Kelly Fleming,
Daniel Monner,
Corey Deputer,
Rachel Scott.
the names go on and the incidents don't stop there. I have had students threaten to shoot down my school, and with all that's going on in America, these threats seem more real to me than any teenager should have to feel. The fact that some people in parts of America are taught to duck from a bullet before they learn to even read or write is not okay. Finding a solution to this is tricky because of the Second Amendment, but there are ways to keep the Second Amendment respected while still making gun laws stricter. For instance, here in California, if you have been to a mental hospital in the past 5 years, you cannot be sold a gun. There are certain laws that can be set in place to help prevent gun violence inside schools and outside of schools.
There will always be conflict. Conflict. The opening of no doors, yet slamming them shut. People don't know how to deal with conflict. They respond by burning the bridges that lead them home. The pain that conflict brings leads to no peace. But people need conflict.
Peace is the celebration of everyone.
Even though our world isn't always conflict-free.
Peace is solving our conflicts without violence.
Using our words instead of our fists.
Peace is not just the absence of sound.
Sound.
It is a realistic culture and atmosphere.
In which our differences are celebrated and handled positively.
A world in which we are free.
Peace is a state of mind and a way of life.
Peace is the willingness to accept diversity.
It is something sought after by many, and the answer is easier than it seems.
It can be seen in something as a tranquil scene.
Maybe a flower blowing in the wind,
Or waves washing through the shore.
Or mustangs thundering through an open canyon.
but in all these scenes there is movement.
And the imminent but not daunting presence of change.
Change. Any small act, like kindness, can bring peace.
Peace is living in harmony.
Go! Second, peace out of the conflict. Hey. What is conflict? Conflict. Is it aggression? Conflict. Is it to show that others are wrong? What is conflict? Conflict. Is it your righteousness? What is conflict? Conflict. Is it when ideas clash and cause issues? What is conflict? Conflict. Is it normal? Is conflict normal? What is conflict? Conflict. We should be one. We should be one. We should be one. We should be one. We should be one.
Let's continue story sharing. Hello everyone, my name is Shruti and I will be hosting this next playback theater story sharing. So we've shared stories of joy and stories of conflict. And since conflict is inescapable, we now want to share stories of how we experience peace in the midst of conflict. This is Zoe. Let's welcome Zoe up to the stage. Zoe will be sharing her story of a time when she experienced peace in the midst of conflict.
Okay, so my story starts with my mom and her friends just driving to the border, and then suddenly she gave birth to me. My mom was driving to the border because she wanted me to be free and she wanted me to live in America. So after I was born, I was taken to the hospital, and I was born prematurely, so I became really sick. And my mom would visit me a couple times, but suddenly she just stopped because she couldn't make the payments. And after that, I was put into foster care for 18 months. And then I was finally adopted by my two dads that I love very much. And the day I got adopted, I remember running out to my dads and hugging them right away and just being happy. And then they decided to name me Zoe. So that's my story.
Zoe's story.
Are you sure you don't want me to stop here?
I want her to be born in the States. I want her to be free.
We're in America now.
She's beautiful.
Come on, we're at the hospital. Let's go. sorry, ma'am, but your child is premature. She's going to have to stay at the hospital for a while. Don't worry, she's in perfectly good hands. Excuse me, miss. We're going to have to order some more tests for your child. There will be additional fees. Here's your bill.
Thank you.
Her mother just stopped visiting, and we need someone to take care of her.
Jasmine, time for breakfast.
Your new parents are outside. They'd like to meet you.
Zoe.
Zoe's story. Zoe, how was it to see this performance?
It was very sad at times, but I really enjoyed seeing that, and it was amazing.
Zoe's story.
We see you. Thank you for your story. Thank you for your trust. Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me.
This will be our next active ensemble. This is Amaya. Let's welcome Amaya up to the stage. Amaya will be sharing her story of a time when she experienced peace in the midst of conflict.
So this year was my first year of high school. I was a freshman, obviously. I was so excited to make all those new friendships and have those long-lasting ones. And I did find a few of those, and I found one that I thought was going to last forever, but I guess he didn't feel the same way. And I remember that we used to hang out all the time. We used to go thrifting, we used to go shopping, all that fun stuff. And I remember we were friends until like the middle of the school year. And all of a sudden, he started to act differently. He started to act like someone who I didn't know. And he started to hang out with people who I didn't really hang out with. And I didn't want to be rude by asking him to hang out with me more or make it seem like I'm trying to take him away from his friends. So I kept it all bottled up and I didn't say anything. And I remember when I had enough of it, I went to go talk to him about it. And I remember having all these emotions bottled up inside of me, and I just remember standing there in front of him crying and explaining why the way I felt.
but it seemed like he didn't care. It seemed like I was talking to a brick wall. It seemed like there was no one there who I was talking to. So I remember coming home very upset, confused, and I decided to listen to music because that's my state of peace. And I remember listening to this one song called Lines, and oh, I love that song. It's my favorite song now, and I listen to it every day.
Amaya's story.
Wow, first day of high school. So excited. But it's really big. Hi, I'm Amaya.
I'm James. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
This school is so big.
I know, and I don't know anyone here.
Me neither. What major are you?
I'm a dance major.
No way, me too!
Awesome.
You don't have first period dance, do you?
I do.
No way! Shoo!
So cool.
Did you want to go to class together?
Yeah.
I think that was lunch bell. Did you want to go hang out?
Yeah, I'm so hungry.
Oh my gosh. Dance practice is so tiring.
I'm so sore.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad we've been friends for this past semester.
I know, you literally saved me in all my classes, and just like, you're such a great friend.
I know. I'm so glad we can do so much together. We can go dancing, we can go shopping.
You're one of the only people here I can talk to.
Me too.
Hey!
Hey, what's up?
Hey, wasn't that movie last night? Like, so good. It was amazing.
Wait, you guys have seen the movie? Yeah. Oh. I'm just gonna go study for that math test that we've got next week. So I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
See ya. James, can I talk to you?
Sure.
I know that you're friends too, but I feel like I don't even recognize you anymore. We don't connect when we dance, and you don't talk to me at lunch, and you guys don't include me after school, and you're really mean to me. And I feel like I'm losing my best friend. And we're supposed to be best friends.
For high school.
For high school? I don't want to pretend anymore. I'm not okay with this.
James. They're calling me. It was so awkward. She was crying. I didn't know what to say.
Search for the divine to find your soul.
Peace begins with me. Peace begins with me.
I do think that all collaborative processes are empowering. Supporting someone else and having them support you, that's one of the most empowering things there is, especially when that support is being used to build something of which to be proud.
Breakdowns lead to breakthroughs.
This camp will make me a great leader, allow me to open up, and to find the courage to be myself.
Be fearless, because nothing you strive for is out of your reach.
I remember fitting perfectly between my two best friends at a sleepover after a long night of love, laughter, and tears.
The more we mess up, the more we learn, and that's the beauty of trying new things.
Justice is empowering because it means empowerment for everyone, not just me.
If everyone's ideas all the time are exactly the same, there's no new ideas or creativity. To have that, conflict is essential.
Empowerment theater, where everyone is welcome and can be themselves and whole.
Conflict. Conflicting ideas crashing into a cacophony of noise. Clashing ideals. The idea that we are different. We make differences out to be evil as we do conflict. But conflict isn't the antithesis of peace. It is a step towards it. It is the top of the mountain when you can feel your breath bursting with the chance to scream. You look out, seeing all the possibilities under a bed of gray fog. If you could just get through it, we could all walk in peace. As we acknowledge conflict, it loses its power. Power over the people. People who are different. Peace is built piece by people who accept differences. Powered by differences. For the power of a more peaceful future. As we match individuality with the duality of peace and conflict, we pay the path for the future. As we tell the future generations that conflict isn't evil, we pay the path for the future. As we create spaces for young girls to be empowered, we pay the path for the future. The future of the generation who embraces differences. Who finds that the difference between her and the past generation isn't age, but the conflict they have discussed. What they understand and what they want to understand. They are in an endless performance of curiosity, accepting the conflict so that peace will follow suit. Looking for peace in every action and taking action in the chaos. Showing others their blurry vision of peace and making sure it works for them as well. Because peace isn't the antithesis of conflict. It is the collective effort of it.
My name is Madison, and I'm becoming more independent.
My name is Amai, and I'm becoming okay with change. My name is Sonia, and I'm becoming confident.
My name is Zoe, and I'm becoming brave.
My name is Shruti and I'm becoming persistent.
My name is Carolyn and I'm becoming more mature.
My name is Lena and I'm becoming a risk taker.
My name is Kayla. I'm becoming more compassionate.
My name is Nora and I'm becoming happy.
My name is Sydney and I'm becoming comfortable.
My name is Angeline and I'm becoming a better me.
My name is Maddie and I'm becoming more selfless.
We appreciate, we celebrate diversity of mind, personality, body, talent, yeah!
Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's give one more round of applause. Before we release you guys all to congratulate them, we'd love to take some questions from the audience if you guys have any.
And some comments. We always appreciate your feedback as well.
Comments in the back of the room.
Amaya, I really enjoyed your story and found it particularly powerful. What grade are you going to be going into, and then how are you going to approach this year and meeting new people?
I'm going to 10th grade and I'm going to still be open to making new friends, but I'm going to be okay if they don't want to stay friends for as long as I hope they would.
Thank you.
Any other comments, questions?
Did they come up with the words, or did you give it to them? How did they come up with what they said that's so powerful?
How did you come up with your words?
Anyone want to answer?
Most of it is original material from our journals. We journal a couple times every day, and then every few days we have journal contributions where we take our favorite lines from our journals and we put it in the performance.
Did you want to add anything?
In Nora's case, we gave her kind of an assignment. We said, because they had some of them expressed being interested in particular things like music or poetry, so she said she was a poet, so I said, would you like to write a poem for this? And she went home and wrote a poem and came back with it. Woo! A lot of the other things that you saw them, like a lot of the storytelling was created through improv.
Anyone else? And way in the back there.
I just want to tell you girls how amazed I am. And she made me cry. And I can't even imagine being your age and being up on that stage and being so emotional. So I want to thank you guys.
Thank you girls so very much. You guys are all so beautiful and so strong and so brave for, like she said, being up there. That's it, actually.
Right here in the front.
I had the pleasure of coming last year and seeing many of you, and then seeing you again, and you're all growing, and it is a beautiful world because you all are our future. Thank you for sharing. This experience working together and working on these issues, what has it done for you?
So I've been in the program for 4 years. This is my 4th year, and it has really built like a lot of character for me, and it's like a big part of me. And a couple days ago, I was like, oh, like I'm one of like these people, and I was like, no, but I'm way more than that, and I can use my experience and help others, like empower them to like know that they can make a difference just like everyone else can.
Nora?
kind of on the opposite of Angeline. This is my first year in the program, and coming into it, I didn't really know what to expect. Leaving it, I know that like there are so many good people out there who want to help and want to change, and it's very like inspiring, just as a student, and seeing that in the contrast to what you see every day.
I'm kind of right in the middle of them. This is my second year. But through this program, it's opened me up to just everything that's in the world, whether that has to do with the conflicts and oppression around the world, or ways that other people are empowering the people around them in their communities. So overall, this program has helped me realize that there's so much more out there than just what I'm around in my community.
Anyone else want to answer it? We'll move to the next one. I saw one or two other hands. If someone else has a comment or a question.
So I think that this is a really empowering 3 weeks for all of you. I think it's very special and really a privilege for you to all be in this one. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
So I think that as Girl Scouts and as the women you are, it's your job to kind of share what you learned. Do you guys have any plans in the future to kind of share this experience with your peers?
So I'm working on my Girls Award right now, and so my plan is to create a club at my school called Empowerment, where we look at like all of the social injustice and then use that to create a better society for my school. And also introducing a new aspect, like with people in different fields, like STEM fields and all that kind of stuff, and like seeing how you can use your knowledge to pursue something that you're passionate about.
Awesome.
That Molly, who some of you know in the room, but she would have been in her 5th or 6th year by now. She couldn't make it because she's teaching empowerment theater in Albania to orphan children.
Thank you so much for being with us here tonight. Please feel free to ask us any more questions. We'll be around.
And we have refreshments. Should we go out this way? What's the best way to get there? Yeah.
Before we have refreshments, I'd like to say thank you, and I'd like to say thank you with just a little bit of gratitude. Thank you first to the Fabro family. They're not here, but they do make this possible. So